Welcome back to the channel. And before I get started in my review, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Ray. His Instagram's at the bottom of the screen. He created this shirt for me, which holds special significance for me and my wife through the years. So a big thank you to him for creating that. And before I actually get into the flight review, I wanted to go over the protocols needed to get into Argentina right now. For citizens and residents, you need a negative test. And this is from ADL Health Labs, which this is an at-home testing kit that they will ship to you and you send it back. They do include the overnight envelope, so the instructions are very clear, easy to do. They do, like I say, they do include an overnight envelope for you to send it back. So what's nice about it, you can get the results very quickly. So basically, you create an online profile. Once you get the kit, you'll activate it. Now, once the kit's activated, you're basically confirming that you're gonna be taking the test the day you activated it. And again, this test, I mean, it can be administered by somebody or you could do it yourself. And you just basically enter the number that's on the tube that you got on it. Again, very clear instructions and the tracking number essentially on the UPS label. And once you confirm that, you're good. You'll get it sent off. You'll get the result back. And hopefully it's a negative, which it was. So yeah, I sent this off. They got it the next day. And I had the results in the evening of the same day they received it. So really good. Also, the Declaración Jurada is still needed to... You still need to fill this out within 48 hours of your flight. So once you fill this out with the info needed there, passport, issuance date, your email, you'll get another email and you'll have to answer some more questions. But once you answer that, because it's a little more specific than the last one, than the one they had before, then you'll get this back with an attachment that also shows the results of your of what you put on the Declaración Jurada. That's what I'm reviewing today, the 7879 Dreamliner, which actually a few days before it got swapped into the brand new 7879 with the Polaris hard product, which was a nice upgrade from the 222 old 7879 business class that I was originally assigned when I booked this trip. So here's the cabin on the 7879. I guess as you expect, yeah, it's more narrow than the 777. I mean, I've flown in Polaris on the retrofitted 777-200 and the newer 777-300ER. And to me, the only difference really, and it's to me, it's narrow on the 777s, but it's a little more narrow on the 787 because the plane isn't as wide. So I chose seat 1L, which does have the bassinet. This is, I guess, what you consider the bulkhead row. They have the Saks Fifth Avenue bedding, which I think is really good, in the gel pillow as well. So there was a water left in my little cabinet there. And here you have a light. If you push that, you can get light to shine on you, and that's on your left side. And here's the cabinet I mentioned there, but it has a mirror as well, so you can put things in there to store. You got the coat hanger up front to your left side. Here's the power source. I apologize for the blurry picture there. So you got a power source, USB, and that's where the headphones go. And here you've got the remote if you want to control the in-flight entertainment by remote. And also on the back side of that, you do have this is the gaming control, which there are actually a few games. They have a soccer game that's kind of interesting to play. This does have the shoulder strap, so during takeoff and landing, you do have to hook this to your seat belt. And right under the in-flight entertainment, here's another USB port for charging. And right next to that port, you've got just kind of a little cubby space if you want to put, I don't know what you'd put in there, but you can put something in there. And here's the seat controls. This also controls the little lamp on your left side. And that little moonlight is a do not disturb sign. So when you press that, it'll say do not disturb. One thing I love about the seat 1L is the foot space. Is exceptional in this one. This is different than the other seat. So you have a lot of foot space underneath there with this seat. Here's the tray table that slides out. Yeah, sturdy tray table, and they do, when you do flip up the thing here at the top, you could put a phone here if you wanted to look at that instead of the in-flight entertainment. One thing I will note, it's difficult though to get out. If you fold this in half even, you really can't get out of your seat with having something still on the tray table. So keep that in mind. It's the armrest that does go up and down on your left side. And here is the lamp on your left side also. And here's a shot just to kind of show you the privacy in which you have at this seat. So there is the seat there. You can't see your seatmate, which is good. And here's to kind of show how narrow it is getting in and out. And you also have to be careful because the overhead bins are pretty low hanging. So it's easy to bump your head on that even when they're closed. Here's the headphones United gives with the flight. Not that great. You'd be better served using some Bose headphones or your own if you have them. It's the Polaris amenity kit. I mean, basically you have socks, a pen, eye mask, and some Sunday Riley products. And they did actually have slippers available. Happened to see them when I opened the overhead bin, but those were available upon request. So I was excited to be able to get the Polaris seating instead of the 222, which I thought I was going to have up until 2 days before. Definitely a nice touch on a brand new plane. But again, one thing to note, the Polaris seating feels a lot more narrow on the this Dreamliner than it does on the 777. Even though it is narrow on the 777 in my opinion, but I think that coupled with how low the bins feel, because you don't have as much space, I guess, to the top. Yeah, the bins look to be put a little higher on the 777, so it feels like you have more space. But yeah, the aisleways are narrow on both of the planes, but this one's a little more narrow. Be curious to see if anyone, I've yet to try the Polaris hard product on the 767, so curious to see how narrow that is, because I know that's a 111 configuration, because they couldn't even do 121 on that plane. So curious if anybody's thoughts on that in the comment section if you've flown on that before. Here's the bathroom in the 7879. Got a couple coat hooks there. Again, standard bathroom, nothing over the top. One thing I do note, I've seen other Dreamliners that have the window in the bathroom. I guess they opted not to put the window. I'm not sure if that's an option or not, but I know in Aeromexico's 7879, they do actually have a window in the bathroom, which I think is nice. The in-flight entertainment, very nice. Yeah, United, they've done a good job with the in-flight entertainment screens with the Polaris hard product flights. There's the new releases there. Actually, a couple features that maybe only, well, at least one feature for sure that's only for the Dreamliner, which I'll show you in a little bit. But again, plenty of options as far as movies go. You got TV, some audio stuff, some games, kids things. Again, I won't go through each one of them, but there's that the games here that you got. There's that active soccer game, which I played. That's kind of fun. And that was what I was referencing with the controller earlier on the other side of the remote, if you wanted to use the remote there. So if you hit that, you got the flight info. Yeah, very intuitive touch. Love that. It kind of gives you the meal service layout. I mean, it doesn't tell you actually what they're serving, but it does give you the layout of, I guess, the order in which the service is going to come. Here's the map. And pretty standard map. I still to this day think and that's night when you go to the night mode and you do see the lighting up of cities across continents, and a couple of different views here. I didn't get too much into detail as far as how much you could zoom in and what you could do with the flight map, but it serves its purpose there. And then got destination information such as the weather. It's guess how getting through passport control and such, and taxis being available, ground transportation, and there controls the light. And this is the light at the top of the ceiling over you, not the lamp or the light on the side of your seat. So here's the thing unique with the Dreamliner. This actually controls the windows. So you can dim and light the windows right from there, from your screen, which is nice. So you have the flight attendant call button there through the in-flight entertainment screen. Here's some settings here. You can change the brightness, the text size, parental controls, accessibility, any help needed. So very intuitive system there, which you can do a lot there. One thing I would wish they would put the menus onto the in-flight entertainment. To me, that'd be useful because they actually did not have menus on this flight. So no menus were handed. You just got the choice of what they were serving. As far as Wi-Fi goes on the flight, here's the Wi-Fi options there. So you can see 1 hour, essentially $10, 2 hours, $13.99. Basically $27 for a full flight of Wi-Fi, a basic Wi-Fi. So again, I mentioned the meal service here. No menus available. What was available was the beef, which I chose, which you'll see pictured here. They had pasta as well and a salmon dish. So you had those three choices. I chose the beef. So it all comes out on one plate. So the beef served with rice, carrots, broccoli in this sauce, which was really good. It was really good on the rice. I found the beef wasn't bad. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it wasn't, overall the food wasn't as good as American Airlines in a premium cabin, which they do a really good job on premium cabins. So as far as the US-3 is concerned, American for me is at the top. You have to try Delta long haul catering to see how that is. Ice cream was available. The vanilla bean gelato came after the dinner service. And there's the seat with the do not disturb sign on. Snacks were proactively offered. Happened to catch the guy coming through with the snack cart, which you had popcorners, some pretzel chips, or some kind of like chocolate granola bar. Here's a beautiful view of us cutting across the Andes Mountains essentially over Chile and over Mendoza on the way to Buenos Aires. But really beautiful view coming across the Andes Mountains. And for breakfast, this was a cheese and ciabatta sandwich, which wasn't bad. And that's what was offered for the hot breakfast. I guess snack, if we will, as it says on the service card on the in-flight entertainment service flow diagram. So that was the service portion of the flight. As far as how full the flight was, business class, I would say probably 25 out of 48 people in business class, roughly. Didn't check in premium economy or economy, but I don't think this was a very full flight, especially with the new regulations that Argentina just passed a couple of days ago. So for people scrambling to get tests and results to be able to get on the flight. So that's the service portion of this flight. So now I'll go over a little bit of the protocols when landing in Argentina. One thing to note is that as of at least right now, or when this flight took place, you can expect delays deplaning. So that means immigration, they're only taking one flight at a time. So once that whole flight has gone through immigration, then the next flight gets to get off the plane and go through immigration. So I think we ended up waiting 2 hours in the plane, 2 extra hours at the gate until we were able to disembark from the plane and go through immigration and customs. So nice view of the 747-8 Lufthansa, the Queen, walking through. So one thing that's different now, you do go through the thermal temperature checks, but unlike the last time I was here, there wasn't a lot of people stopping you to do manual forehead temperature checks too. So after you go through customs, well, Immigration and Customs. You come out here and you're gonna see there's gonna be people out here looking to get you a test if you're gonna be going outside of the province of Buenos Aires. For instance, if you're going to Cabo, then you will have to get a swab test. The testing center is on your left to get registered. You'll fill out another declaración jurada to get registered, and then you got testing outside here, and that's where you'll go to actually take the test. Once you take it, in a few hours you can test. I guess it's got to be over 24 hours. You can text this number via WhatsApp, and this is where you can get the results sent to you. So just wanted to share with you guys the well, obviously the review of the flight, but also some of the protocols going into place when you arrive into Buenos Aires as a citizen or resident, because tourists are still not allowed at this point. So I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please give it a like. If you absolutely loved it, consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this. Thank you and have a good day.